All right, so now San Francisco got a law to where people can walk inside a store, steal up to $900 worth of merchandise, and just walk out. The employees can't say nothing. Security guards can't say nothing. And one of their reasonings is they don't want anybody to get hurt. However, Philadelphia and the Macy's, that's exactly what happened. 27-year-old Eric Harrison ends up losing his life. Renee, what's going on with this?
Yeah, so Monday, December 4th, around 10:45 a.m. at Macy's in Center City, Philly, Tyrone Tunnell allegedly was caught shoplifting, got into an altercation with two security guards. He left. He came back around 11 a.m., pulled out a knife, and allegedly fatally stabbed Eric Harrison, and also the other security guard tried to intervene. He was stabbed. He's in stable condition.
All right, so now this is the suspect, 30-year-old Tyrone Tunnell. This is his mugshot. This is the victim right here. This is 27-year-old Eric Harrison, one of the security guards. His auntie released a statement. Her statement was like, yo, we let you go, we gave you a pass, and you come back? Come to find out, Eric Harrison wasn't even the one that stopped him. This is the suspect, 30-year-old Tyrone Tunnell here. This is his mugshot. He's going to be charged with murder of Eric Harrison.
Right.
He's going to be charged with attempted murder of the second security guard, aggravated assault, simple assault, reckless endangering another person, possession of an instrument of a crime, tampering with evidence, retail theft, according to PPP investigators. 27-year-old man. So Eric Harrison was stabbed in the neck and later pronounced at the hospital.
Yeah.
All right. They tracked him with, they're saying 30,000 cameras, and they tracked him in real time. I talk about that in Chicago. Why don't we have that all over the city? Granted, we got cameras over on the intersections.
Yeah.
But they never released the footage. They're saying, we don't know what happened in the homicide. They was able to track this guy in Philadelphia, and they released the footage on their websites of all their crimes. And they say, hey, public, help us out.
Yeah.
All right, but at 27 years old, this young man, he didn't have children. He wasn't able to have a chance to get married. He worked at the post office, his primary job. This was his side hustle.
And also, too, it's also right before Christmas time. So his mother and family, unfortunately, have to deal with that. And also, it says in the article, those security guards were unarmed. So I know we did that story about the Philly cheesesteak where they had the armed guards standing outside. Mm-hmm. It was also a gas station in Philly as well where they actually hired armed guards to keep the patrons safe and to keep them safe. So then that makes you wonder, should, security guards be armed?
Absolutely. They should be armed. But one of the things I want to point out, there's a lot of not just security guards, but bouncers at clubs, sports bars that overdo their job. I don't know if that's the case in this. But there's some bouncers that when they kicking you out, like instead of saying, hey, buddy, let's go, and being nice, they grab you, humiliate you, disrespect you, and people literally go to their car and like, okay, cool, partner, and come back. Yeah. And if you're a security guard, and a bouncer, especially a bouncer, you got to understand your job is to be polite. Kicking somebody out, be polite. But these two couldn't have been more polite. They let them go. They could have called the police.
Right. They let them go. And that's why they have the laws in San Francisco, especially they've been dealing with a very high volume of retail theft. They just don't want anybody to get hurt. I mean, they're just coming in, taking stuff, and walking right out the door. There was an incident in San Francisco where an employee tried to stop someone with a backpack. He was able to get the backpack back with stolen items in it, and he was fired for intervening.
This is crazy. Look at this. So this...
Yes, please. Can you send it back?
Hold on. Look at this.
Can you send it right away, please?
So, old boy literally goes behind the counter. He ain't even in the aisles. My man said, hey, The expensive stuff they know to put it behind the counter. Homeboy goes behind the counter.
Right, and there's nothing that employees can do. They actually tell the employees don't intervene, and obviously the criminals know this.
This is the
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Make me wonder, why am I paying for stuff? I need to go there and just walk right in. But this is why.
Yes, please. Can you send it back?
Yeah, so basically, like in San Francisco, if you steal under $950, it's just a misdemeanor.
Mm-hmm.
And so the criminals know, like, okay, nobody's going to do anything. Nobody's going to stop me.
Right. But this is why stores just leave.
That's why Chicago, I think they closed some Target in New York. People were upset about. And San Francisco has a lot of store closings as well. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, this is why. And someone has lost their life over merchandise. And if I'm not mistaken, in an article, I believe they say he was stealing hats, of all things.
Hats. So this is the victim here, Eric Harrison, only 27 years old, had the rest of his life in front of him. My man right here, you want to go steal some hats.
Right.
Hats. Like, yo, how much are hats worth? So the rest of your life, you ruined somebody's life and now your life and put somebody else in critical condition.
And look how emboldened. I don't know at the time if he was wearing a mask or not, but there was another retail theft where they weren't even wearing masks anymore with cameras. They just weren't. They just don't care anymore.
They just said, forget it. You know what? I don't care if you know who I am. Right. I'm just. And Macy's should be a fairly hood free,
like safe place. Yeah.
Cats from the hood. What do y'all going to Macy's? Now y'all going to Macy's?
Right. And now are they going to close that Macy's? So is there going to be another store closing?
Right. You know what? We might be seeing the end of retail shops and stores where you go out. It may be to where we're just going to be on Amazon ordering stuff.
Yeah. And then don't forget about the smash and grabs too, where they're crashing cars into places and stealing as well.
Yep, yeah. In River Oaks, there was a security guard lost his life for these idiots going in there, smash and grab. It was probably one person idea to say, "Oh man, ain't nobody gonna catch us. It's gonna be in and out." And a security guard right behind you, idiot.
Yeah, and you hate to see someone lose their life over material things.
So now, I am. It ain't worth your life. You getting $15, $20 an hour. But still, all in all, morally, that's insane. We look really bad. Call the police like you're going to see in this video. Like this lady, she's just calling the police.
Right, all you can do, and I think they recommend
person that is taking everything from the account.
And he all over her, like behind her, next to her.
Right. I think that's what they tell employees, just call the police.
So if you're going to let these people go, I would say this. Cool. We're going to let you walk in there. The employees, security guards ain't going to do nothing.
Right.
But I tell you what, if we catch you, I will get mandatory 5 years in jail. I bet you stopped in. 5 years in jail. Go ahead. Employees, let them go.
Right.
But if I get there, if I'm a police officer, I catch you, give them 5 years. And I bet you one or two people will get that 5, and people will be like, no more stealing for me. I'll make an example out of every one of them. Try me if you want.
So I'm curious to know, what was Macy's procedure for the security guards? Because it says altercation took place, if I'm not mistaken, or confrontation. So obviously they said something, said put the hats back. So I'm wondering, what was Macy's procedure? Was it, don't say anything at all, or just call the police or intervene? I'm really curious to know what their law is in Philly, because that would be different from San Francisco.
Yeah, the second victim was 23. Yeah, I mean, I did ask that question, like, hey, did he disrespect them? But they let you go.
Right. Ultimately, they let him go, yeah.
Right. So, how can you feel disrespected? They let you go.
I guess he was mad that he wasn't able to get the merchandise, and his ego was hurt.
Yeah, that's what it was. His ego was bruised, and probably thought people were looking, and
yeah.
Anyway, make sure you guys like. Renee, appreciate you coming on. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this video. Peace, y'all.
Be on fire. Ooh, down to the wire. It's my life in the shy. Ooh, it's my life in the shy.